Okay, so here we go again. Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, everyone. May I request to open your camera? So, para makita ko naman ang inyong mga itsura. Kasi lagi na lang si Janwell yung nakikita ko. Nagsasawa na ako sa mukha ni Janwell. Lagi na lang si Janwell yung... Ay, wak naman si Angel. Napakaganda naman ng presenter na to. Okay, so ayan, mabalik ako. Good afternoon again. Good afternoon, everyone. For this afternoon, we're gonna have some presentation of our lesson last week 4 and also the continuation of our week 5 topic. So, tuloy-tuloy na tayo. Mabilis lang because I am the one who's gonna report in our let us review kasi sa pagkakaalala ko ay binitawan to ni Hans. Tama ba, Hans?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, for our review, let me present my screen first. So, for our review, we have 1 to 10 items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10 items, which is all about the parts of the circle. So, in this case, hindi nyo naman na to kasama sa sasagutan or I'd rather say napasa nyo na to last week nung retrieval and distribution of module natin. So, let me just share you the correct answer in this let us review part. So, on our number 1, which is the point P, for our point P, of course, it is called as a central angle. For our segment PB, it is the radius, this one. So again, it is just a review. So bibilisan na lang naman natin. For the ED, this part, it is the chord of this circle. Number 4 is this segment APD or AD, which is the diameter or the central segment of the circle. Number 5 is the AE. AE is also a chord. For number 6, we have an arc DE. So this is an arc, or we can say also, we can name it also as a minor arc. And then the arc BAD would be our major arc. So this is the BA and then D. And then this one, the BC, is our minor arc as well. For our number 8, it is the ABD arc, ABD, or our semicircle. And then the angle here is the angle DAE, our inscribed angle, and our BPC is our sector. So that would be our review. And now we can proceed with our first speaker. And our first speaker would be who? Sino? Anyone? Sino po ang naka-assign sa ating first topic? Yes, Janwell, it's you. Okay. So you can now present your screen and give us some insights of what you have learned on our first topic on week 4 module. Go ahead. I will listen.
Ma'am, first of all, good afternoon, classmates and ma'am. The topic I was given was Theorem 1 and Theorem 2. Theorem 1, which is central angle theorem. This here is an example of a central angle. Pertains to the theorem that says the measure of a central angle is equal to the measure of the arc it intercepts. Basically, the measure of angle ABC, as stated in here, is equal to the measurement of arc AC. Bali pag yung vertex ng ng angle ay nandun po sa central point, which is B. Tapos yung dalawang lines po party po ng nasa arc po ng angle ay ng circle. Bali yung measurement po, yung degree ng angle na yon, ng said angle ay equal po dun sa measurement ng arc A to C. Theorem 2, inscribed angle theorem. Here's an example of an inscribed angle. An angle whose vertex lies on a circle and whose sides intercept the circle. The sides contain chords of the circle. Is called an inscribed angle. The measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of the arc it intercepts. In the figure on our left, if angle PQR, which is this angle po, intercept through arc PR, then by applying theorem 2, we can say that angle PQR is equal to 2 times the measurement of the arc PR, or 1/2 angle PQR is equal to arc PR. Let us answer. Can someone help me in answering okay, in answering these two questions?
Help daw. Help daw. You can participate.
Hi!
No! Ayan o, si Hans. Hans is raising his hand.
Okay, Hans. Para sa central angle,
Nasagutan po ba?
Anyone?
Hans.
Yung X, sasagot.
Okay,
50 degrees din yung X.
Good,
okay.
good.
Thank you very much. Para naman po dito sa inscribed angle, which is number 2. 25. Thank you, Angel. I love love you. Ma'am, okay na ba yun, ma'am?
Okay. Can you please present again your screen, your last slide? So, bigyan ko lang ng maikling paliwanag para sa kaalaman ng lahat kung what was the central angle theorem is all about. Okay, so in the simplest explanation, very good, Janwell, kasi medyo maikli lang rin naman talaga yung theorem 1 and 2, which is about the inscribed angle and then the central angle. So in this case, the shortest explanation would be if we have a central angle, which is the 50 degrees, automatically its inscribed arc, the opposite arc of this side will be equal to it. So, tama yung sagot nyo kanina. But of course, don't forget to write a degree sign or kahit 50 kung hindi makuha yung, ayan. Mas okay na meron lagi siyang degree signs kasi hindi natin masasabi na x is equal to 50. Ayan, o diba? Napasearch siya bigla ng degree sign. Pwede ka namang mag-paint, diba? O talaga. Ayan, o. Pero okay na rin yan. So, this is a 50 degrees kasi we are talking about the angle measurement. Pag sinabi natin angle measurement, lagi siyang merong degree side. So, yun yung naka-under sa central angle theorem. And next is the inscribed angle, in which if we have the other part of the arc, which is the 50 degrees, half of it will be equal to the inscribed angle. So in this case, the given arc is given arc is 50 degrees. Therefore, the inscribed angle of it would be half of it, such as 25 degrees. So that's all. That's it. That's good. Theorem 1 and 2. Let's now proceed with the next theorem. Who will be our presenter?
Angel
Bigyan
malupet.
na naman natin ng palakpak si Jadwal Mala. Congratulations. Okay, next. Go ahead, Biel.
Ma'am, si Angel po.
Wait lang, ma'am.
Go ahead, Angel. Sorry.
Nagpe-present na po ba? Yan. Okay na, ma'am.
Kinakabahan ka? Di ako play.
Medyo lang. Nakikita na po ba, ma'am, yung presentation ko?
Yes.
Okay
Yes,
na
sir.
po. Start na ako.
Yes,
Okay.
here.
So, good afternoon. For today, I am going to discuss about corollaries of the Inscribed Angle Theorem. So, but before that, I want you to tell me what is Inscribed Angle Theorem. Anyone from the class? Yes, Biel?
Its angles are the chords in a circle po.
Okay. So,
I mean, its sides are the chords of the in a circle.
okay, thank you. Inscribed angle theorem is when the measure of an inscribed angle is half the measure of its intercepted arc. Dito sa picture, ang inscribed angle natin ay si angle ABC. Sa intercepted arc ay si arc AC. Twice the measure of the inscribed angle is equal to the measure of intercepted arc. So, madaling salita, kalahati ng measure ni intercepted arc ay measure ni inscribed angle. So, let's move on to our topic. Corollaries of inscribed angle theorem. Actually, there are so many types of corollaries of inscribed angle theorem, but for this day, we're just going to talk about 3 kinds of corollaries. The first one, two inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. Second, an inscribed angle in a semicircle is a right angle. And lastly, the opposite angles of a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle are supplementary. Okay, corollary A. Two inscribed angles that intercept the same arc are congruent. In this picture, we have these two angles such as angle DCB and angle DAB. Sabi natin, inscribed angle ay kalahati ng measure ni intercepted arc. So, if angle A is half of the measure of arc DB, ganon din si angle C. So, to that, we can prove that angle A and angle C are congruent to each other. Basta lagi nyo lang tandaan na ang dalawang inscribed angle na nag-intercept sa isang arc ay congruent. Okay, next, corollary B, an inscribed angle in a semicircle is a right angle. So we all know that the measure of a semicircle is 180 degrees. So, madali lang to kasi sa inscribed angle nga, i-divide lang natin sa 2 yung measure ni intercepted arc para makuha yung measure ni inscribed angle. So, 180 divided by 2 is equal to 90 degrees. So, we can prove that an inscribed angle in a semicircle is a right angle because it measures 90 degrees. Okay. Lastly, corollary C, the opposite angles of a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle are supplementary. Ano po yung supplementary? Supplementary, pag pinagsama mo yung dalawang measure ng dalawang angles, ang katumbas nun ay 180 degrees. So, in this example, we have opposite angles na angle ADC and angle ABC, given ang measure ni angle ADC na 115 degrees. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito ay i-minus natin sa 180 degrees si 115 degrees. So, 180 minus 115 is equal to 65 degrees. So, therefore, we conclude that Opposite angles of a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle are supplementary kasi nag-equal sila or ang sum nila ay natumbas 180 degrees. So, balikan natin. Corollary A, dalawang inscribed angle na nag-intercept sa isang arc ay congruent. Corollary B, inscribed angle sa semicircle ay right angle. And corollary C, opposite angles of a quadrilateral inscribed in a circle are supplementary or measures 180 degrees. So, meron akong hinandang activity for today. Identify what type of corollary the given is, whether it is corollary A, corollary B, or C. So, number 1, who wants to try? Sino gustong mag-try? Oh, ayan, A. Thank you, Marco. Number 2, what type of corollary is that?
Angel, explain why number 1 is letter A. Give us some.
Kaya po naging corollary A kasi parehas po sila ng measure. Nakalagay naman po dito na 49 degrees sila parehas. Tapos nag-intercept po sila sa isang arc which is arc AD. So number 2, what kind of corollary is that? Kita niyo naman yung box. Saan ba natin ginagamit yung box? Kapag yung angle ay what? Anyone? Wala pong magsasagot. Right angle, right angle. So what type of corollary is that? Corollary A, B, or C? Ano ba yung corollary na may right angle? Kapag dinivide yung 180 degrees, ang measure ng angle ay 90. What? Sino nag-raise ng hand? Oh, sige, Mala.
B, ma'am, B.
Wow. Thank you. Sige. Okay, last 2. What type of corollary is this? A. Okay, thank you, Belle. And lastly, what type of corollary is that? Pag pinagsama ang measure ni X and Y equals to 180 degrees. Okay, thank you. So that's the end of our discussion. Thank you for cooperating. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ma'am. Yun lang.
Happy ka? Ayan, so congratulations, Angel. Wala naman ng ibang madadagdag dahil all clear and good naman. So let's proceed. Thank you so much. Very good. Let's give a clap to Angel. Gusto mo? Saan ba yung aking ano? Congrats. Okay, let's now proceed with our presenter number 3. Who was that? Oh, sige. Ikaw na ata yan, Biel. Nararamdaman ko na yung +2. So, first and second presenter natin, parehas nang magaling. Parehas okay. Let's see.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Today we'll be discussing about the theorem that involves chords and arcs. The first part of this theorem, Theorem 3.1, it says that in a circle or in a congruent circles, congruent central angles intercepts congruent arcs, congruent chords have congruent arcs, congruent arcs have congruent central angles. Ibig sabihin po kapag yung central angles po nung circle ay congruent, yung intercepted arc po nila ay also congruent.
Okay lang, Biel. Siguro nagkakaroon ka ng loss of connections. Nagigilik na. Okay lang naman. Sige lang, huwag kang ma-confuse. Willing kami makinig ng hilik ng lola mo. Okay, okay. Sure then. No problem with that. Nahiya siya eh. Sige, sige. Go, continue.
For example po, given that circles G and P are congruent, answer the following questions. This is the circle G and this is the circle P. If angle AGC is congruent to angle NPM, what can you conclude? According po kayo sa definition po ng theorem kanina, sa theorem 3.1a, congruent central angles intercept congruent arcs. So we can conclude that arc AC is congruent to arc NM. Second one naman po ay yung chord RY is congruent to chord BQ. What is the best conclusion can you make? By applying theorem 3.1b, we can conclude that arc RY is congruent to arc BQ. Kasi sabi po doon, congruent chords have congruent arc. And take note that in a circle, the distance of a chord is determined by a perpendicular segment from the center to the chord. For example, in this figure on the right, this is the chord OE and this is the line LV. If the line LV is perpendicular to the chord, line OE, if line LV is perpendicular to chord OE, then the length of the LV is the distance of line OE from the center L. Second part of this theorem, it says that in a circle, if a segment from the center to a chord is perpendicular to the chord, then the segment bisects the chord. And if a segment from the center bisects a chord, then the segment is perpendicular to the chord. Let's say that if line LV is perpendicular to chord OE, we can say that line LV bisects the line. Kasi po, pag sinabi nating perpendicular, it is the relationship between two lines which meet at a right angle. And nakalagay po dito yung sign na to or symbol na to na right angle or mayroon po siyang 90 degrees. We can also conclude that OV is equals to VE. Kasi nga po, line LV bisects the chord OE. At kapag sinabi yung bisect po, it is cut in half or into two equal parts. The last part of this theorem, theorem 3.3, in a circle or incongruent circles, if two chords are congruent, then they have equal distances from the center. And if two chords are equidistant from the center, then the chords are congruent. Ibig sabihin po, kapag ang given po ay yung dalawang chords sa isang circle, tapos congruent po sila, automatically po yung center po yung distance po nila from the center ay parehas din po and vice versa. In this example, find the value of x in the figure below. Chord FQ is equals to chord OE, and chord FQ is perpendicular to line LU, and line O is perpendicular to line LV. Ano dito pala dapat yung V? Given that line LU is equals to 9 and VE is equals to 9 and LV is equals to 6. Since the chord FQ is perpendicular to line LU, line OE is also perpendicular to line LV, and line FQ is equals to line OE. Then, by applying the theorem, we can conclude that line LU is equals to line LV. Since the measurement of line LV is equals to 6, then the measurement of line LU is also 6, since x is equals to 6. Another example for for the theorem 3.3. Let's say that the given here is chord PQ is equals to 6, AO is equals to 3, and BO is equal to 3, and the unknown is the RS. Mr. Januel, what do you think is the measurement of this chord? Again, the given is the measurement of PQ is 6, AO is 3, and BO is also 3.
Line SR is equal to 6.
Very good.
Well, can you rewrite the given, please? Para makita rin natin lahat. Use the pen button o kahit ano. Go.
Ayan po, ma'am.
Okay, good, good. So the answer of Mala is correct.
That's all for today po. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Biel. You did an amazing presentation. Oy, wag mong alis yung presentation mo. Mag-picture lang ako. Yung thank you talaga. Ibang slide. Ayan. Okay, good job. Good job, good job. Let's proceed with the next presenter. Good job, Biel. Good job. Next presenter, please. Next naman si Marco. May pa-PowerPoint slides.
Ano po? Sorry ma'am, maingay po ba?
Hindi naman.
Hindi rinig, Marco, hindi naman.
Hindi, okay. Sige. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm talking about the two chords intersecting inside the circle. Angle ACB is equal to half of measure of arc AB. The minor arc defined by points A and B, of course. An angle whose vertex lies in the interior of a of a circle, but not at its center, has rays or sides that can be extended to form two second lines. These second lines intersect each other at the vertex of the angle. The measure of such an angle is half of the sum of the measure of the arc intercepts. So bali daw po yung arc yung arc AB dapat po half siya ng bali to times po. Hindi po. Ganito. Arc CD is half of AB. Yun po. So let's slide. So I have an example number 1. As you can see, the intersecting line chords here is the ACBD. So what we have here, so I have an formula here. Measure of angle 1 is half equals to AB plus CD. And so as you can see, I get the measure of AB and CD. So I distribute the measurement of AB and the CD is equals to 40 plus 100. So let's add it. Angle 1 equals to 1/2 times over 140. Tapos the half of 140 is the 70. So the angle 1 is equal to 70. So let's find the second angle. The value of second angle. So let's distribute the formula of angle 1 to angle 2. So angle 1 mali to. Mali po yan. Angle 1 is plus tama po pala. Angle 1 equals to angle 2 is equal. Bale po po sila dito parang supplementary dahil dapat po sila mag-equal ng 180 dahil if an angle adds another angle is equal to must be equal to 180. So yan 180 po. So distribute ko po yung the value of angle 1 70. So parang dinistribute ko din po parang transpose po yung 70 sa 180. So maggaganon po siya. So parang 180 minus 70. So the equals the value of angle 2 is 110. So next is 'di ba sabi po kanina ang kung ano yung opposite ng angle ay dapat ganun din po yung value niya. So ganito po ito. Angle 1 equals to angle 3 and angle 2 equals to angle 4. So as simplify na po natin na yung angle 3 is 70 and angle 2 and 4 are as 110. So next, let's check if tama ba na mag-equal siya sa 360. Kasi 'di ba po, yung measurement po ng degree po ng circle ay 360. So dinistribute na po natin 70 plus 110 plus 70 plus 110. So mag-equal po siya sa 360. So tama po yung value ng example number 1. So next is find x. So let's try this. If two chords intersect in the interior of circle, the product of the lengths of the segments of one chord is equal to product of the length of the another chord. Ito naman po ay hinahanap yung x Pero nag-intersect pa rin po yung dalawang chord. Yan. Find x. Ito po yung example number 1. Ito po yung example number 1. So, as you can see po, yung x po ay yung nasa B. Yung 18 equals to 8, yung A equals to 18, C equals to 15, B equals to X, then D equals to 12. Formula, ito po yung simple formula para mag-guide po kayo sa finding the X. A times B plus C equals C times D. So, ngayon nga, dinistribute ko na po yung mga value. So, 18 times X equals to 15 times 12. So, times na po natin sila. 18 plus X equals to 18X, then 15 times 12 is 180. So, as you can see, hanapin po natin yung X. So, i-divide po natin sila both sides ng 18. So, 18, i-cancel yung 18, tapos i-divide po sa 18 yung 180. So yung X ay equals to 10. Next example number 2. Find X. Let's try the formula. Ito nga po yung ulit yung formula. AB times BC equals to BD times BE. So, distribute na po natin sila ulit. Yung value po ng AB ay 6, then yung value ng BC ay X, then value din po ng BD is 3, then the value of BE is 8. So, ita-times na po natin sila tulad ng ginawa natin. So, magkakaroon po tayo ng 6x equals to 24. So, ganun pa rin po gagawin natin, i-divide both sides by 6. So, equals na po siya sa x. X equals to 4. So, the value of x is 4. Yun lang. Salamat po.
Ba't may palab ko si Mala dyan? Grabe naman si Marco. Napakagaling naman pala sa math niyan. Wala akong masabi. So, very good explanation. So far so good. Okay naman lahat. Wala naman ako nakitang error. So, continue tayo. Thank you so much, Marco. Congratulations. Ayun, yung anak ko. Ayun, nakapal. Who's our next presenter?
Ma'am, ano lang to, ma'am? Wala po akong PowerPoint.
Okay, Hans, go ahead. Present what you want to present.
Ma'am, naririnig niyo po ako? Ma'am?
Yes.
So, let's base. So, ang akin po tatalakayin ngayon is Theorem 5. So, ang nakapalagay po dito ng theorem is parallel chords. So, chords within a circle can be related in many ways. So, what is chord? Chord is any line segment between 2 points on a circle. So, may kita po natin dito, ang chord, yun po yung AB, and yung diameter po is CD. And parallel chords to the same circle always cut congruent arcs. So, always po silang nagka-cut ng congruent arcs. So, yung parallel chords, yung arcs AC and yung BD, para lagi po silang parehas ng measurement. So, That is, the arcs whose endpoints include one endpoint from each other chord have equal measures. So, sabi nga po, equal measures po palagi. Equal measures po palagi yung yung endpoint ng ng parallel ng dalawang parallel lines. Yung arcs po ng parallel lines na yun is always congruent. Naririnig niyo pa ako, ma'am?
Yes,
Naririnig
yes.
niyo pa
Go on, go.
ako?
Loud and clear.
So, since AB and CD are parallel from each other and they both intercept the circle through arc AC and arc BD, it is safe to say that arc AC is equal to arc BD. So, example, given the figure to the right, if AC is equal to 35 degrees, what is the measure of arc BD? How about x? So, for example, ang ano po, ang arc AC po is ang measurement po niya is 35 degrees. So, supposedly ang BD din po, ang arc BD din po ay 35 degrees. Ganun lang po kasimple.
That's correct.
Meron po tayo ng example. Arc between parallel chords are always congruent. So, yun lang po yung kailangan nating tandaan dito na ang arcs po is always ang arcs between parallel chords are always congruent. So, let's have an example here. Find the measures of the remaining arcs. So, ang chord po dito is BC and yung diameter po is 80. So, if the chord BC is 100 degrees, what is the measure of the remaining arcs? May gusto pong sumagot?
Si Biel daw.
Sige, Biel. Ano na lang. Biel?
Ano po ulit yung given measurement ng isang arc?
Degrees. So, ano yung natitirang measurement ng arc
100 degrees din po.
100 degrees din ng natitirang arc nung AD, AB, and CD.
Ano, 100 degrees din yung yung CD.
Yung CD.
Yes po.
Sure ka dyan, Biel?
Yes.
Mali.
Mali ba?
You feel... Sino pa gusto sumagot?
Sige, flash mo lang yan, Hans. Try namin.
Manuel Mala daw.
Ma'am, wait man, tatry ka
Sige,
lang, ma'am.
Mala.
Okay, Hans, continue.
So, nasagot... So, if the chord BC is equal to 100 degrees, so alam naman po natin na ng circle ay binubuo po siya ng 360 degrees. So, we have diameter AD which na automatically na magme-measure siya ng 180 degrees. So, 180 degrees plus 100 plus 100 equals to 280. So ang natitira na lang po ditong dalawang arcs is arc AB and arc CD. So ang natitirang so supposedly yung AD 180 and yung BC is 100 degrees. So 80 degrees na lang ang natitira. So hahatiin po natin yung dalawa. Hatiin po ng AB natin magiging 40 and yung CD magiging 2. So ang mangyayari yung magiging 40 degrees kasi congruent po sila. Yun po, ma'am.
Yes, perfect. You got it, class. Tama rin yung nasa, tama rin yung nasa chat box ni Janbel. Same as with the explanation of Hans. Is it clear?
Yun na po.
Okay, thank you so much, Hans. You got it right. Okay rin ang presentation. Siguro hindi lang ka-aware na you need to have any slide presentation. But the good thing,
Ngayon
I know
lang po.
prepared ka. Siguro na out ka nung mga time na yun. Pero I see the effort. So, good job pa din. Thank you. Next. No more, no? Wala na. Kasi si Samuel nung time na yun, wala eh. Right? Okay, let's just proceed with the let us practice part. Before we proceed with our week 5 lesson, it is very easy lang naman. Madaling-madali lang naman siya. So, do you see my presentation? Nakikita po ba yung presentation ni ma'am?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, for our number 1, let us just answer this short activity. What would be the value of x here? Kung talagang meron kayong naintindihan sa mga nireport ng inyong mga classmates. Go and raise your
75, ma'am.
hand. Okay, thank you so much, Hans. It is reported by Angel, if I'm not mistaken. How about on our number 2 example? What was that? What is the value? Yes, Angel, very good. It is 6. How about number 3? What is the answer? Angel again?
70, ma'am.
Yes, very good. It's 70 because times 2 of 2 times ng 35 is 70. How about number 4?
Inscribed.
I think it is reported by who? By Bill? Tama ba?
Si Marco po, ma'am.
So what is the answer? $31 yata. Yes, tama yung yata mo. It is 31. How come? Because you need to add 30 and 32. It is 62 and half of it is 31. Okay. So let's now proceed with our topic this week 5. It is very short lang naman. So all you need to do is just to listen and cooperate. Kasi alam ko medyo bombarded na rin kayo sa knowledge na nasa utak nyo. Bukod sa kayo yung kayo yung nag-explain, kayo yung nag-discuss. Papahirapan nyo na naman ako ngayon. Papagurin na naman natin ang isa't isa. Ayan. So, for our week 5, it is all about illustrating secants, tangents, segments, and sectors of a circle. For our review part, all you need to do is just to remember this part. So, we have here 10 points, such as every diameter is a chord, all radii are congruent, every secant intersects a circle at 2 points, the center of a circle is also an interior point of the circle. The endpoints of the radius are points on the circle. A radius is a chord of the circle. 2 Two radii of a circle form a diameter of the circle. A tangent line, ray, or segment intersects a circle at exactly one point. And number 9 is there exists a tangent that is also a secant. And number 10, if the radius of the circle is 12 centimeter and its diameter, then its diameter is 6 centimeter long. Parang mali ito. If the radius of a circle is 6 centimeter, then its diameter is 12 centimeter long. Okay? So let's proceed with the topic, main topic. So in this part, we're gonna discuss about the sector and segment of a circle, in which a sector of a circle is the region bounded by an arc of a circle and the two radii of the endpoints of the arc to find the area of the sector. So in this case, so another parts of the circle would be the sector of the circle. So this is the sector of the circle, the white part. And then, in finding its area, in this example, all you need to do first is to look at the solution. Of course, ito yung solution niya. But the shortest explanation would be like this. Okay. So, first, you need to have measure of the arc over 360. So, what is the measure of the arc? So, the measure of the arc is 40 over 60 degrees, or it is also equal to 1 over 9 degrees. So if that case, you can now proceed on our step 2. So ganun lang. Saan nakuha yung 40, ma'am? Given. Saan nakuha yung 360, ma'am? On the formula of the sector of a circle. Next, on our step 2, is to find the area. In finding the area of the circle, you have pi r squared, right? And then, we all know that pi is a constant given, and our r given here is 9. So, we have here 9 squared, okay? And then, you will get 81, kasi 9 times 9 is 81. And then pi, and then the unit given is cm squared. So, next is to combine the letter A and letter B using the multiplication method, such as 1 over 9 multiplied by 81 pi r cm squared. By cancellation method, you can now cancel your 9, and this 81 will become 9. So therefore, the answer here is 9 pi cm squared. Question in solving the sector of the circle. Press 1 if you have a question, press 2 if no question. Hello? Okay, so there we go. That would be the simple explanation on getting the sector of the circle. First, measure of the arc over 360. Second, get the area using the formula pi r squared. And then letter C is to combine the both answer using multiplication method, and then you'll come up with your final answer. Let's now proceed with the segment of a circle. So the definition of the segment of a circle is the region bounded by an arc and the segment joining its endpoints. So this is the example of the segment, the shaded part. So let's try to answer this example number 2. Given that the arc ML is equal to 80 degrees, and then the other given is 6 centimeter. So in finding the area of the area of sector MEL. So you have here 80. So for our letter A or our first step, so you have here 80. Gawin na natin white, parang hindi masyadong kita. 80 over 360. Ayan. Multiply by pi r squared. Knowing that our radius is 6. So we have here 80 over 360. Okay, I'm sorry with that. Don't forget to write the degree sign. And then we have here pi. And then our r is equal to 6. So we can now make it as 36 pi r 36 pi centimeter squared. And then using the cancellation method, you will get by the way, the lowest term of 80 over 360 is, so let's have its lowest term. The lowest term of it, 80 divide 360 divide 80, we will get 362 over 9. Ayan, by 40. So, 80 divided by 40 is 2. 360 divided by 40 is 9. And then, using multiplication of fraction in the whole number, so all you need to do is just to cancel it out kasi meron siyang automatically na over 1. So, it will become 1 and it will become 4. So, 2 times 4 is equal to 8 pi cm squared. And then after that, in getting the area of the triangle MEL, so for our letter B or our step 2, you will have the formula 1/2 of B and H, or the base and the height. And then we will come up with 1/2 over at multiplied by 6 cm and 6 cm, knowing that they are congruent and they are the radius, therefore they are both 6 centimeter. And then we will come up with 1/2 multiplied by 36 centimeter cm squared. And then half of 36 centimeter is 18 cm. Okay? And then, after that, again, just combine your answer in step 1 and step 2. So, we have here 8, using subtraction, we have here 8 pi cm squared minus 18 cm squared. And you will get the answer using scientific calculator as 7.13 cm squared. Let's try it using scientific cal. So, you have here 8 pi, 8 pi minus 18 is equal to 7.13. So, you got the correct answer. So, this is our final answer, getting its value of the segment of the circle. So, press 1 if you have a question, press 2 if we can proceed. So, as easy as that. Yes, Angel, Mala, what's your question?
Ma'am, bali yung pag magsasagot po kami ng final answer po, equate po sa 3.14 o may pi lang po sa ano?
You can equate it using 3.14, or you can directly press it on your calculator. Either of the two. Okay? Got it? Or mas safe kung nabigay mo na yung yung answer na merong pi, tapos inequate mo pa siya into 3.14. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for that question. It will be clear with all of us. So for our given slide number 5, the secant in a line that intersects the circle at 2 points and does not necessarily passes through the center, a secant is always contains a chord. So in this example, line ST that passes through the circle is uh, is a secant in this circle. So this is the example of a secant. And example of the tangent line, if the line that intersects the circle at exactly 1 point, this intersection is called the point of tangency. So if it touches a line segment and then outer part of the circle, it is called as point of tangency. So in this case, for our number one example, by the way, I'm gonna give the final questions on this activity later na lang. I will just finalize it pa kung ano yung mga papasagutan ko sa inyo. So for our number one, this is our last slide for this afternoon. Can you please give me your answer? Just key in your answer on our chat box and I'm gonna give you the solution after you key in your answer. Just try it. Answering using the sector of a circle. None? No one? Just try it on your own. What would be your answer? Yes, 50.26. How about the others? Sige, tingnan natin to. Diyan na lang sa box. Ako na bahala. What is your final answer, Januel? If it's not in short method, I'll go. Go ahead. I see Angel answering. I saw also Marco answering. 16. Ha? Di man lang ako minayde, nagtuturo sipag ng kaibigan.
Si Kali lang nakamay sa akin.
Okay. Done? Do you got the same answer with Angel? What's your answer? Answer? What's your answer, Angel de Guzman? Wait lang po, ma'am. Marco, what's your answer? Nang parehas po nung kay Mala. Para di na po ako magsasolve. $16. What's after 16? 16. What's the unit? Okay, so let's proceed with the solution. Ayan. So first, you need to get the value of the, given that 90 degrees, this is the first step, over it by 360. And then, the lowest term of it is 1/4. Why? 1/4 degrees. Why and how come? 90 divided by 90 is 1. 360 divided by 90 is 4. Therefore, it is 1/4. And then finding its area, we have here pi r squared. Pi r squared. So what is our pi? And our r squared, it is 8 cm squared. And then, we have here 8 pi cm squared. Okay? And then next, just combine these two using multiplication method and we're gonna have... sorry, by the way, 8 times 8 is 64. So it's 64 pi cm squared. And then combine it using multiplication method. So we have here 1/4 multiplied by 64 pi cm squared. And you will get, cancel this 4. It is 16 because 64 divided by 4 is 16. So your final answer would be 16 pi cm squared, or the answer of Mala is 50.26 or 50.27. 50.27 cm squared. So that's it. Is it clear? So this is your final answer. Is it clear?
Yes po, ma'am.
Maliwanag tayo doon. So, I will just end the stream first para maikli lang yung ano natin, ma-upload natin. But we're gonna have some question and answer portion after this recording for a while.